All right. Awesome. Looks like we're live. And so if you're here with me live, please do let me know where you're from and introduce yourself to this community. I'd love to get to know more of you, more of what you do, what inspired you to come here to accelerate entrepreneur growth without burnout. And if you're here on the replay, hit me with a hashtag replay. That way I know we're actually reaching the people who subscribed. And if what I'm speaking about today, about the habits of escapism that result from chronic stress, if that speaks to your experience, please drop me your questions and comments. I might not get to them while I'm live, but they are extremely important to me, and I will get to everyone. And so today we ask the question, how can we stop those self-defeating habits of escapism? Things like binge eating, alcohol and drug use, gambling, retail therapy, overspending, scrolling, procrastination, all of these habits that can develop when we're dealing with chronic stress. And instead, how do we manage stress so we can remain mentally, physically, and fiscally healthy and avoid burnout altogether? Now, I'm Melanie McCool. I'm the entrepreneur's hypnotherapist and peak performance coach. And I'm here today to give you some insight into how you can actually easily end self-sabotage and really how you can bring your life around the way that you want it to be. And so if you find that you are engaging in escapism activities, the sugar consumption, finding yourself just, going out of control in different areas. And you may be aware that it's like an escape valve, right? There's a negative spiral about your business, and it just leads to these, blowouts. Well, I'll tell you, you're not alone. When we are feeling extreme stress, the animal body, right, it actually just wants to let off steam or go numb. And unfortunately, neither of those really mitigate stress. In fact, the habits that we're talking about, those escapism habits, they cause further harm to our mental and physical health because they end up adding a heaping dose of guilt and shame onto the already burdensome frustration of, anger, regret, comparisonitis, impostor syndrome, fear, feeling that you should be further along, all these awful things that are going on that are having you feel that stress in the first place, leading to, burnout. And this word burnout is thrown around a lot, but the World Health Organization calls it an occupational phenomenon. It's a syndrome resulting from chronic stress that has not been successfully managed. And if we can agree that engaging in habits that lead to guilt and shame don't manage stress, instead they make this problem worse. They actually throw flames. It's like a flamethrower on the burnout itself. Well, what's an entrepreneur to do, right? How can we actually stop those self-defeating habits? How can we instead manage stress effectively? Well, in my Zero Burnout Business Growth Workshop, I give you step one, and that is to neutralize the biochemistry of stress. And the stress that's bombarding you on a daily basis, it literally leaves you off balance, right? And so that feeling of wanting to blow off steam or go numb, it can be reduced drastically when you neutralize the biochemistry of stress. And I give you just one of the ways that I give my clients in the workshop itself. So I invite you to really engage that practice. And step two is something that virtually no one talks about. And that is how to eliminate the number one cause of 24/7 stress. And that's the thoughts that are going on in your own head, the negative thoughts, the feelings of not good enough, the inner critic, I'm not made for this, all of the things that are leading to you feeling really terrible about yourself that, well, cause you to run to escapism. So we learn how to actually have metacognition, to see the thoughts that lead to the feelings that might have you, well, triggered to go and engage in self-defeating behaviors. Now, this is just step 1 and 2 of my 5-step formula to accelerate business growth without burnout. But it is so much more than that. As today, we're talking about these habits that actually add a heaping dose of worse emotion to the mix that already is burnout. But here's the thing. These are habits that develop, right? And habits are held at the level of the subconscious mind. And therefore, they are most easily addressed with hypnosis. And as a certified master trainer of hypnosis, it is my utmost goal to give you the tools that are available to you so that you can learn how to leave habits like that in the dust. Now, you should know hypnosis is actually 93% effective. It has a 93% cure rate for most issues in 6 sessions or less. And so as we're looking at how to quickly and easily leave issues in the past that feel like you have no control over them, we look to hypnosis and know that it can be much faster and easier than you ever thought possible. And so if you can relate to what I've been talking about and you can identify that you're engaging in some of these behaviors, I invite you to have a conversation with me to find out if hypnosis is the tool that you've been looking for that will help you to bring your life around the way that you want it to be. My 5-step method to accelerate business growth without burnout was developed after working with more than 500 clinical hypnosis clients. And I would be thrilled to show you how it can be personalized for you so that you can truly, well, bring your life around the way that you want it to be. And so if this is landing with you, if you're going, oh, you mean it's not just who I am, it's not just, what's, I don't have control over. No, you certainly can. You can have far more control over the way you think and feel and behave than you ever thought possible. When you master the subconscious, you can have an absolutely epic life. And so if you would like to actually get control of these habits once and for all, and in fact, leave them in the dust before New Year's, then you're going to want to book that call with me now. And I look forward to helping you to bring your life around to the way you want it to be. I'm Melanie McCool, and I look forward to talking to you soon.